Okay, guys, excited, obviously, for a big game here in Chestnut Hill. It's ESPN Game Day. We'll be here, and it's only happened a couple times before, and we'll bring a tremendous focus to our campus, to Boston College, to our program. And that's always a great honor and a great opportunity. I expect the atmosphere here will be sensational. We expect a full stadium and a crowd that's in their seats early and creating a great home field advantage, which I'm sure it will be. We're facing an unbelievable challenge, playing the number 2 team in the country in Clemson. I would honestly, candidly tell you that this may be the best team that I've seen in my career. It's certainly the best team I've seen since I've been at Boston College. They're in the top 5 in almost every statistical category. They're sensational on both sides of the ball. They're explosive. They've got first-rounders all over the field. This is a legitimate, big-time team. Alabama won there too, and that's the elite of college football right now by a long shot. So it'll certainly be a huge challenge for us, but we're looking forward to it and looking forward to the fact that we can play this game right here at home in Chestnut Hill. So I guess with that, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Steve, can you update us on AJ?
Not really.
Okay.
I saw him yesterday and was bouncing around, a good smile on his face. He's dinged up. It is what it is. That's not going to significantly change one way or the other. The question just becomes how well he can handle that. But I would assume with these kind of injuries, you're not going to feel exactly the way you should feel until you get to a bowl game and have a few weeks. So I think this is ongoing, and certainly a fair question will be does it feel good enough by game time to play on it? And, we'll have to see each day, with that.
You talk about their front 4, the strength of your team's your offensive line. Is this even more than most cases a trench game?
It's always a trench game. They're so talented across the board on defense, but certainly it starts up front, and they're as good as I've seen. When I was in the SEC, we were playing against some of these fronts, and this is an outstanding front, but really can run at linebacker, and the back end are extremely aggressive and athletic. There's a reason why they are where they are, and why they're scoring as many points as they're scoring. This is by no means any kind of fluke or anything. This is a very well coached, very well recruited football team. Dabo, I've really watched from afar. I just think he's done a fabulous job of building and recruiting and creating a positive atmosphere, and really done remarkable job with the whole football program. And they've just got it rolling, and they're attracting, and they're the elite players in the country. And you can see it on the field. It's very, very evident. So it's a trench game, and we're going to have to play really well up front, and we're going to have the ability to run the football. We're going to have to be smart, and we're going to have to do a good job of getting hats on hats and moving the front a little bit. Very few people have had the good fortune of being able to do that to them. No one's done it on a consistent basis, that's for sure. I think Brent Venables is one of the finest defensive coordinators in the country, too, on top of it all. They're not only have good players, but he's outstanding and does a great job in putting together their package of pressures and things that really alter, and affect you. As I told our team, I want to make sure we give our kids a chance to go fight and win this football game. So what we're not going to do is try to make this a chess match scheme game and try to think like on either side of the ball we're going to outdo this or outdo that. I want this game to be squarely in the hands of our players. They earned it. They deserve it. We have real good scheme on both sides of our ball, of the ball, and I want to play fast and physical, and I want to give our kids a chance to feel confident in what they're doing so they can go toe-to-toe, and I don't want to start doing things that we haven't done. Now, that doesn't mean that we won't have some wrinkles. That doesn't mean that we won't have some things prepared just like everybody does. We certainly will. We're not going to go into this game and crawl up into the fetal position here now. That's not going to happen. But that's not who we are anyways right now. So we're not going to do that. We are going to play and go after Clemson with everything we have. We're going to play with great courage and on the attack. And that's a mandate. I mean, we are going to play very aggressive, very hard, and we're going to let it all hang out. Not going to worry about anything, So I think from the top to the bottom of the program, there's going to be one mindset here, and that's going to be the mindset. So, we're certainly not going to hold anything back, and we're going to play as fast and as physical as we can. If anything, I'm going to cut practice down in its duration a little bit, keep it physical, but I want our kids to feel as great as they can feel on Saturday night.
Coach, even though it is a game time decision.
I think that certainly our kids probably feel like, hey, we went toe-to-toe with them a year ago, and I mean, they're not going to be intimidated by that, but, in the same breath, every year is a new year and a new dynamic. And what happens in these football games when you're playing them at a high level is, sometimes it doesn't take much, and things can tilt positively and negatively. But we have played at times. In my tenure here, we've played Clemson very physical, very tough, and hopefully we can do that again. I mean, obviously we're going to have to play great defense. Their offense is extremely explosive. I mean, they're the most explosive they've been. Quarterback is a great thrower, real confident guy. The running back might be one of the very finest in the country, like ours, and they've got a really good offensive line. They've got elite receivers, so they're very, very explosive, and they're averaging something like 48 points a game or something right around that number. I mean, that's a real number, and I think they average giving up something like 13 points a game. I mean, that's a pretty big swing right there. I just think that our kids have the mentality that, we're going to play our level of and our brand of football, which is going to be physical and tough, and we're going to go after them that way. That's not going to change, and then just let it hang out, and let's see where we are.
You mentioned some of the